Hey, what's going on, traders? Hope you guys are doing good today. This is Chris from Verillo Trading. In today's video, we're going to be doing something pretty different, something that I've never done before. It's going to be a platform review. We're going to be taking a look at a pretty new trading platform. This platform is called Optimus Flow. So here's the scoop. Matt Z, who is the CEO of Optimus Futures, he reached out to me. He said, hey Chris, I like your content. You do some good technical videos on trading platforms. He said, would it be possible for you to do a review on our trading platform called Optimus Flow? So I agreed to do it, and here we are. Guys, if you don't know Optimus Futures, they're a brokerage company. Matt Z is a super guy, and he does a lot for the trading community. He himself has done a lot to help newer and experienced traders get through some of the hardships that traders go through. So Matt Z, he's been around markets for over 30 years, and he's told me a few things about trading. But basically, I've been watching this guy's videos for quite some time, and I've personally learned a lot by listening to him talk, just some of the insights he gives to traders. So he is indeed a broker. However, he does a lot to help out traders on their journeys of trying to get better at reading the market, trading the market, and understanding the markets for what they are, trading the markets for what they are, and basically becoming better traders. So check out Optimus Futures. They also have a community forum where a lot of traders talk about various things, including trading psychology, including trading platforms, all that stuff. All right, guys, let's get to the trading platform review. This is Verillo Trading. Smash the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm more than you know. All right, so this is the trading platform. As you can see, I've configured it to my liking on this screen, and I have another screen right here, which we'll switch right over to, that we've got some charts on, just to show you some of the functionalities when it comes to the charts in this platform. Okay, so in this review, I'm not going to go over every single nitty-gritty feature that's available here. Traders want to know, oh, do you have this feature, do you have that feature? No, I'm not going to go over every little thing, but I'm going to try to cover what I think are the most important things. And you guys already know, if you've watched my previous videos, I go in a lot of detail with certain things. So let's get to it right now. So what you may have noticed is that this platform looks exactly like a platform you already know called Quantower. The reason for that is because it's a white label of Quantower. It is made by the same developers of Quantower, except with a few minor tweaks that are done for the needs of the brokerage company Optimus Futures. One thing I noticed right off the bat is that when you click on the demo connection, over here, instead of saying demo or live, it says demo or real. And I thought that was a pretty cool little quirk that I noticed, because I did open up Quantower once in the past. All right, another thing you can see is that the logo on the top left here, if you click on that, you basically get access to anything that is possible in this platform. So you can see here there's analytics, then you have your trading tools, then you have your portfolio tools, then you have information, and then you have miscellaneous stuff. So when you open the platform, this is not what you see here by default. I've adjusted this because I played with the platform quite a bit before filming this video. And as you can see, I've adjusted these DOMs to pretty much look exactly like my layout, which is very simple. Very simple DOMs. I have the bids, the offers, the last traded price, and that's it. So on this screen, we're looking at the NASDAQ futures, the S&P futures in the middle, and the Russell 2000 here on the left. Okay, so before doing this review, I asked a few questions to Matt about the platform and about the customers that open accounts with Optimus. And here it goes. What are the main advantages for customers that open an account with Optimus and use the platform Optimus Flow? He answered with this. The platform is free. It has all the features that beginners need and advanced traders might require. That in itself is a major advantage because they don't need to pay for special packages or third-party add-ons. I might agree. So one of the hardest things for new traders to go through is the fact that they have to pay platform fees up front and market data fees also up front. Now, you're not going to be able to get around the market data fees. It's great to know that the platform is free if you open an account with Optimus Futures. He goes on to say, the platform software is very modern, intuitive, and easy to use. Also, the engineering behind the UI design is brilliant because I believe that design is less strenuous for the eye and it could potentially alleviate some visual burdens. I agree with him. So I'll show you this. These color settings, they're close to the default, but look at this. I'm going to click on the settings tab here on the top right. And what you're going to see here is that there's a few different themes you can choose from. I'll click on default. And there you go, that's the default theme that they've got. I'm gonna just cycle through them just so you can see what they look like. So you can see that when I change the theme, everything changes, and now the time and sales is starting to come in the new color. So I'm gonna change it to dark autumn. And there we go. It's more of like a green and red type of affair here. I'll change it again to dark forest. That's the one I had previously. Dark gold looks pretty good. Light gold, which is more of a brighter color here. And then light water, which is another bright setting you have there. Now, I'm going to say this is that this platform is very easy on the eyes. And another thing that's easy about it is that it doesn't have a lot of customization options. And that is a good thing in my opinion. But again, it's going to depend on your needs as a trader. So if you're the type of trader that needs to lay out your screen in a very specific way and you have like custom indicators that you developed and you can't trade any other way, then this platform might not be for you. But if you're potentially a beginner or an intermediate and you're just seeking the basics out of a trading platform, you need a good depth of market, you need some solid charts, and you need basic tools. Maybe you need a footprint chart with delta and all of that, volume profiles, then this platform will probably serve that need. I'll be honest with you guys, I cannot use this platform. The reason for that is because in my layout of trading, I have some very specific custom ways of displaying data on my screen. One of them is using a correlation chart. The other one is displaying this volume and delta and overlaying certain studies onto my depth of market here. So you see this overlay on my DOM on Sierra chart. This is actually a custom indicator. It's basically 86% of the volume traded in the last 1 minute, and it goes by itself. It changes by itself. For me, that's a handy way of just seeing where the market is trading. Again, I'm being nitpicky, right? Because that's what I am. I'm a nitpicky type of guy. All right, let's create a new layout and then we'll go over the layout I created afterwards. So I'm going to go up here to workspaces and I'm going to click on create new. Before I create this workspace, I just want to tell you guys one thing. The whole process I went through to set this up and get this platform working on my PC, it was so easy in the sense that it took about 5 minutes. Okay, so that's one thing to note, is that when you're getting set up with a new trading service or platform, often it takes a lot of time to get acquainted with it. I'll be honest with you, to get acquainted with this platform took me about 10 minutes, and that's really good. And probably it's because maybe I'm a wizard with platforms, but honestly, I believe that this platform is very beginner friendly. So if you're coming from a platform like Interactive Brokers or Sierra Chart, using this is gonna be like a breeze. You're gonna feel like you're at the beach or something. Okay, so I'm gonna name this workspace video, and then template is going to be a blank template. I'll create that. So now we have a blank screen here, all right? We're still connected to market data. Now, up here on the top left, you can see that these are our favorited tabs already, and these are the default tabs. I don't believe you really need more than this, but if you do need other tabs, again, you click on the top left to get other tabs there. So I'm gonna bring up a depth of market because I believe this is the most important tool for traders. So this is what the basic DOM looks like here, and I think it looks pretty good. I do believe that there's a few extras here that I would take away, including the histogram. I like to have a very simple looking DOM without a bunch of numbers and colors, and that might be counterintuitive to what I used to have. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I used to have a lot of numbers on my screen. I actually recently cleaned a lot of that up for good reason, of course. So let's go over some of the customizations here. It's pretty easy actually. What you do is if you want to change the columns of your DOM, well, you right click on the DOM. That's one way to get into the settings. Now in this menu, you're going to be able to figure out exactly what you need to do. Here's the refresh rate. I set this at 1 and see how fast it moves. I believe that 1 is the lowest setting you can set this, and it's going to be updating as quick as possible. Okay. You can also give it a custom title. For now, we'll leave that default. When it comes to the columns, you adjust their settings right here, column settings, okay? So for example, let's say I wanted to remove the histogram. You can see here, size, coloring scheme, gradient, histogram. I want to get rid of that, none. No histogram, I don't need colors. I don't need more noise on my screen. So I'm gonna take out the histogram on both of them, okay? So again, you can adjust the font settings and all that stuff. In fact, what I'm gonna do is make the font of the DOM bold. That's pretty easy. And the next thing I'm gonna do is start messing with the columns. So to drag the columns, you just click and drag. That's really easy. So I'll drag the price over to this side. This imbalance thing, I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna get rid of it. So you right click on the top here, and then you can see all of the available columns. I'm gonna uncheck that one to get rid of it. It's as easy as that. If you wanna add other columns, you can just click them here, right? So I just added a whole bunch of these columns. I'm gonna now take them away because I don't need them. So this is a simple depth of market, bid, offer, price. One column that I would like to have is the last traded quantity. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on there. Last traded size, there we go. We've got that in our depth of market now. I'm gonna drag that over to where I think it should be for my eyes to see everything going. And now I can see the last traded quantity. Now, one thing to note is that some platforms have last traded size as basically only the last trade. Now, I don't wanna see the volume of only the last trade. I wanna see the cumulative volume at the last traded price. and this platform has the option to show you that. So I'm going to go into the DOM settings right now, right there, and we're going to go into the column settings, then we'll go to the last traded size settings, and then you can see right here, type of last trade. I believe cumulative is the best setting here. Again, depends on you. So that's the DOM right there. You can see it has order entry on the side. I could just do a basic example of order entry here if you want. So you basically click on the bid column. It's going to show your order appearing right there. Now, this DOM does support hotkeys. In order to enable hotkeys, you need to make sure this button on the top right is selected. I'm going to click that, all right? So I created a hotkey to cancel orders, cancel all orders. So I submit a limit buy, it appears right there, and I can cancel it right away. It also supports attached orders and all the important stuff that you need from a trading platform. So for example, you can set the parameters up right here. Day is where normally traders keep their time in force. It also supports fill or kill, good till cancel, or immediate or canceled. Just wanted to remind you that if you do want to check out Optimus Flow on a more deeper level, there is an entire playlist of video tutorials here that are done by Jake, the customer support manager at Optimus Futures. And as you can see here, there's like 30 or more videos here, and all of them are talking about various things like how to place bracket orders, how to trade off of the chart, how to connect the data, how to use heat map type of charts. Very great tutorials. So props to Jake for making all those tutorials. So the next thing I'm going to do here is just give you a live trade example. I know I went through some of the features on the DOM earlier, but now I'm actually going to show you a live trade. So let's see what it looks like to trade off of the DOM, and I'm going to explain to you various aspects here of trading, and maybe kind of explain to you also the problems that I would deal with trading on this DOM myself. So I'm just looking at the markets right now, and I'm not seeing really anything, but what I'm going to do is place a bid at the market there on the NASDAQ, and it appears that I've been filled. So now it shows that I'm long at this price here. So personally, I'd want to highlight that a little bit better. There might be a setting for that somewhere in the DOM, but you can see at the bottom of the DOM it says that I'm long 1, quantity 1. Personally, I'd want to increase the size of that text just to see exactly what my position is. Now, I haven't had any attached orders here, but basically to get out of this trade now, I'm going to try and exit on the book now on this limit order, and since I'm not getting filled, I'm going to drag it one tick lower, and now I've gotten filled on that order. You can see there are some sounds associated with orders trading and getting filled in this platform. If you do want to turn that off, there's a setting to turn it off, okay? Like I just finished telling you guys, I think I would probably look to highlight the position marker a little bit cleaner, so that way I can see my position and if I'm long or short a little bit better than how I just saw it there. So I'm actually going to go into the settings now and try to fix that up, and I'll let you know what I come up with. Alright, so I noticed that when you enter into a position, your position gets highlighted on the price column itself. So I've gone into the DOM settings, clicked on price in the columns drop down menu, and I'm going to increase the width of the position marker now. And I'm going to increase it by a lot. So I'm going to actually get into a limit order here and see if it fills. All right, so I've got a limit buy order here at 401.50. We'll see if it fills. I'm actually going to pull this and try and get filled more around that even number here. And again, you can see how the indicator appears there. That's my limit order. And to be honest, I'm not very much a fan of this visual display here, as it just shows you kind of a box that you have a limit order there. I would much prefer to see something that kind of lines across the whole DOM, which would really indicate that you have an order at that price. Now, since we're here, I may as well just configure an attached stop loss. So I'm going to just click there. I clicked up in this corner to turn on the order entry panel. I'm going to turn on a stop loss. I'm going to put a 20 tick stop just here, just to make that nice and simple, okay? Now that I'm going to cancel this order, I'm going to place another one, and now I have an attached stop there. So you can see how quickly that is. It's very simple. So these markets are moving up here. I'm not getting filled on my limit buys. I'm actually going to pull that out and try and sell them at 02s here, and we'll see what happens if we get filled on this. As the S&Ps are kind of consolidating a little bit here, I switched my bias, and it doesn't seem to be getting filled, but we'll see if we get any kind of quick sweep and get filled on a limit order. If not, I'll take him a little bit lower here. So there we go. I've gotten filled here at even 75. I've gotten filled again at 2s there. And there's the position indicator right there. I'm short 2. And you can see that down at the bottom of the screen there. And I increased the width of that position marker, which is an okay indicator. Again, I would much prefer if it lit up a different color if you were long versus going short. So I think that that's something they should probably add in. Right now there's no option to change that. So I've gotten filled on both my exits now, and as you can see, I still have orders in the market here. I have these stop sells that were left there, and I have 2 buy orders that were also left there. Again, since there's no way to cancel all your orders at once unless it was an OCO order, like for example, if your profit taker got filled, it's going to cancel your stop because they're an OCO order. There is no function in this platform that will cancel all existing orders if your position is closed. And again, some traders, especially if you're coming from a platform like Jigsaw, or if you're a quick scalper and you need to pull orders very quickly, for example, then that's going to be a missing feature for you. Okay, so that's going to be the trade example that I'm going to give here for this DOM. Again, I do believe this is suitable for the majority of traders, but again, if you do plan to trade off of this DOM, you must become accustomed to it first in a demo environment, just to make sure that you're used to the order placement here in this platform. Okay, all right, just really quickly, I'm going to explore some of the account info tabs, because some of you traders out there, you might want to see, for example, your P&L on the session or your trades on the session. So I clicked on the top left over there. We're going to scroll down a little bit here. We're going to go down to this tab here talking about portfolio. I'm going to go in and add trades, and we can see these are the trades that we've just taken here. These are our P&Ls on these trades that are not including commission, since this is a demo account. Now what's interesting here is that there's a feature right on this tab that says export to journal. Now there is a journaling tool that they have recently come out with that is exclusive to Optimus Futures, and it connects directly to this trading platform. Now, that's something you got to know. If you're an Optimus Futures customer, you're going to have a trading journal that links directly to your trading platform. That's always convenient. Another thing to note, after asking Matt about this, it is possible to connect this to various other platforms as well. For example, you can import trading data from Sierra charts. So guys, as time goes on, I might make another video about that journal in particular and see if it compares to other journaling platforms like Journalytics or TraderView. So I'll click on export to journal. Do you really want to export your trades into the trading journal? Do I really? I don't need to think twice. Yes, I do want to export them. And then it's going to tell me I've exported them. Okay, we're going to talk about adding attached orders very briefly here. So we've got 20 ticks, target and stop. I'll click on a limit order, and you can see now I have an attached stop with this order and an attached target. Now when this order fills, these orders will become active on the market. Depending on your trading service, these orders will either be held client side or server side. If you use Rhythmic or CQG, they're client side, meaning that if your internet disconnects and you have an order in the market, guess what? Your stop loss is not going to be there. Again, that's a topic for another video. So we have other buttons here on the DOM. When it comes to moving orders in this DOM, the only way you can do it is by clicking and dragging. There's no functions for move order, tick up or tick down with a hotkey. There's no function for move attached targets to the price, move attached stops to the price. All of that stuff right now is not supported in this DOM here. That might be a make it or break it for you, but again, it depends on your style of trading. Okay, let's bring up a chart here. And you can see, guys, this platform is very user-friendly. You can see I just clicked there, boom, we have a chart. It took 2 seconds. Now I'm gonna show you how quickly it loads the data. Let's make this a daily chart. So we're gonna click on daily chart, and we're gonna show 1 year worth of data here. I'm gonna apply that, and now it loaded that in about 2 seconds. So that's always good to know, that you can load market data pretty quickly here. So I loaded a year's worth of market data on the Dow futures here in about 2 seconds. Now the next thing we're going to work on is talk about order flow charts and order flow indicators. So if you used Quant Tower before, that's the button you click right there. It's a little small button. It looks kind of like a magnifying glass. So I'm going to click on that right there. So if you wanted to get, for example, a footprint chart or numbers bars, you click on this, which is a cluster chart settings. So I'm going to go ahead and set this back to a 15-minute chart here. And then I'm going to click on cluster. And then it's going to ask you what type of cluster you want. I want single, coloring by volume. Let's enable that. Okay, so now we've got clustered bars here. So basically we've got numbers bars. Now one thing I noticed is a pretty interesting quirk about this platform is that depending on how much you zoom in or out of the chart, it's going to change the tick size aggregating of the data. You can see right there that it's aggregating a certain way. When I zoom in, it aggregates them differently. Now again, I think it depends on how many bars you're deciding to show here, but I think on this chart I'm not showing the text for whatever reason. Now we're going to go over to my other layout that I created earlier, and I'll show you guys a few things. Let's go over to this screen here. We can see some charts that we have going. So basically what we're looking at here is a few different charts for a few different markets. So on the bottom we have the NASDAQ. On the top, we have the S&P Futures. All right, this is a 15-minute chart for both of them. Here we have about a 5-minute chart for both of them, and it's set to a numbers bars chart. And then over here, we have a daily chart for both of them. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it took me about 5 minutes to set all this up. I would do a live demo on how I set it up, but honestly, I think you'll be able to do it pretty easily as well. So again, this platform is pretty user-friendly. So now, as you can see on these numbers bars here, I've got the volume and the delta for each of these bars. Now, one thing I noticed is that you can't bring this menu here a little bit higher, kind of like in Sierra chart when you can adjust the chart region and choose, like, for example, I want the volume and delta to be half the chart, or maybe I want the volume and delta to be the entire chart. And that's what I've done in my layout, because I don't actually need the chart. I only need to see the numbers bars data a lot of the time. Again, I don't know if there's additional hotkeys for switching time periods very fast like there is in Sierra chart, but that would be a cool addition if they ever added it. So this is just a very basic footprints. You can see here on the S&Ps, we've been trading at these 5s.5 for quite some time here, consolidated off these highs from the 510s more or less here. You double click on the price scale to bring it back to normal. All right, a few extra notes about the platform. This platform supports DX feed, or the IQ feed as some other people know it. It supports CQG, and it supports Rhythmic, and it supports Oanda for Forex data. Now, in terms of features, I believe this platform may be lacking a few features, arguably, right? If you're a really technical trader, you might be lacking a few features. If you're a basic trader, you only need a DOM and a chart and very basic stuff, then probably it's got enough for you. All right, let's talk about platform stability really quickly here. So I'm gonna bring you guys over to my second screen right here. Now take a look. Let's take a look at what's using resources on my computer right now. We can see this is OBS Studio. It's using about 10% now. Right here, guys. Starter. This is the Optimus Flow platform right here. You can see that it's using about 20% of my CPU right now, and the markets are almost closing. It's 3:53 p.m. here Eastern time, so we might be approaching the market close at this point. Now, when the market was less busy before, it was using around 14 to 18% of my CPU. I have my PC optimized in a way that favors performance, and this is a Core i7, and it's an SSD. I normally run 2 instances of Sierra chart on the lowest possible latency settings, including Trader Workstation, including OBS, including Price Squawk, and I'm barely using any CPU. Now, as you can see, this platform here is using quite a lot of CPU. So that's one downside that I can see right now, and that's it. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's platform review. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button because it really helps with the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Check out Optimus Flow. Cheers.